Ah, nighttime in the snow. It's so tranquil and crisp out here. Anyway, let me show you something. Just real quick, before it snowed, I was able to score this. Happiness is a big old pile of cedar to be used next summer on my garden beds. At any rate, if there was such thing as smell-o-vision, you guys would be loving this video because it smells like cedar in here. Anyway, real quick vid, kind of a follow-up to the string videos. I got my bass strings, and this is what I use on a short scale bass for standard tuning. Short scale being it's around 28.5-inch scale. And it is my Jackson Minion Concert Series. There it is, all strung up. Stringjoy bass strings are fairly spendy. They're 30 bucks a pop for a set of 4. And they're worth every penny in my opinion. They have a nice crisp high end to them. That clank, that, oh boy, it's what dreams are made of. At any rate, this is what I used, and this is basically a balanced set. And you can get them wound in a short scale length, which is super helpful. Here we go, all strung up, intonated, feels great in the hand. I might be able to use a little bit of neck relief, although that really doesn't bother me to be that height. Doesn't really bother me at all since I'm generally playing up here. Feels pretty darn nice. And it doesn't stretch when I'm right here. So, yeah. So there's that one. Now, I'm going to end up using the same set for my Ibanez Micro Geo bass, except because I use that in drop D, I'll have a 120 on that top string for that slack key. Now, they don't make a 120 in the short scale, so I just got all long scale. And it works fine because on that bass, I have filed this out to accept it. So that is just fine. And yeah, I had done a bass comparison video. It's actually, turns out, I had no idea, but it's my most viewed video. Go figure. And I failed to mention those little intricacies on that video. I might have alluded to them, but there we go. For anyone caring, short scale bass is kind of limiting to do lower tunings. And with a short scale, I need to have even bigger strings to go lower. And that's why in the last year or so, I've started playing back. I was playing in D standard or drop C, and now I'm playing in your normal E standard or drop D. And the reason why is because the limitation of what's possible on a short scale without just getting ridiculous. You know, having strings like this that just kind of thub and this and that just to get that drop tuning. I also have kind of a light touch, and so that doesn't mix with super heavy strings. So it's what I've arrived at. It's what I'm really comfortable with, and I think as a musician, I excel more in these tunings. And so I get a lot more done with a short scale bass than I can with a long scale, just because of my hand size, my arm reach, just what's comfortable for me. And so rather than going low, I would rather be able to be more articulate, and I get that using the short scale at these tunings. So just kind of a little explanation of where and why I'm coming from a certain direction as a musician. Now, for the rest of you, hey, the sky's the limit. And I love the difference between us. So keep doing something different than I am and we'll all be good, right? So yeah, there we go. Short video, made probably longer with my explanations, but now you know. And yeah, it's been defined. So there we go. That's what I use on that. And this is what I'll use on my Ibanez. And yes, these are all end up to be balanced sets or very close. So there it is. Peace out. Rock on.